Imagine it's the 1970s and engineers at America's most famous muscle car company, General Motors, are facing a huge problem. New emissions laws had drained the life out of their powerful cars. Engines got weaker, cars felt sluggish, and people were heartbroken watching their favorite muscle cars lose their punch. But GM's clever engineers found a small trick, one that was hidden inside the rear axle, and it brought these weakened cars back to life. This trick worked so well that even the lawmakers behind emissions rules could never fully stop it. And here's the shocking part. This same trick still works today, more than 50 years later. Today, we are going to tell you the full true story behind it. If you enjoy real and fascinating stories about classic American cars, hit that subscribe button right now, so you never miss another story like this. The 1960s were known as the golden age of muscle cars in America. General Motors, which included brands like Chevrolet, Pontiac, Buick, and Oldsmobile, was building cars so powerful that people would turn their heads just to hear the engine roar down the street. These cars were famous for their big engines, fast acceleration, and incredible pulling power. Young people especially loved these cars, and they became a huge part of American culture at the time. But things slowly started to change. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, air pollution had become a serious problem across America. In big cities, smog, which is thick, polluted air, had gotten so bad that people struggled to breathe comfortably. The government stepped in and created strict emissions laws, all aimed at reducing the amount of pollution coming out of car exhaust pipes. Under these new laws, car companies were forced to redesign their engines so they released less pollution. To do this, engineers had to lower engine compression, add catalytic converters, and change how fuel mixed with air inside the engine. All of these changes came with a big downside. The horsepower of these cars dropped dramatically. Think about it this way. A Camaro or Chevelle that once produced well over 350 horsepower was now down to just 150 or 175 horsepower. That is a massive difference. People who drove their favorite muscle cars now felt like the soul had been ripped right out of them. Cars that used to fly down the road suddenly felt slow and heavy. Even GM's own engineers were frustrated by this situation. They understood that following the new emissions laws was necessary, but they also knew their customers were unhappy about losing so much power. It was during this difficult time that they discovered a small but very powerful solution. This solution was changing the rear axle's gear ratio. To understand this, you first need to know what a gear ratio actually does. Every car has a differential in the back that takes power from the engine and sends it to the wheels. Inside this differential are small and large gears that determine how many times the wheels spin for every single turn of the engine. If the gear ratio is what is called taller, meaning a lower number like 2.73, the car runs at lower engine speed on the highway, uses less fuel, but has weaker acceleration. On the other hand, if the gear ratio is steeper, meaning a higher number like 3.73 or 4.10, the car produces much more torque, and this creates a huge difference in acceleration, even if the engine itself is not very powerful. Once emissions laws reduced engine horsepower across the board, GM's smart mechanics and engineers realized something important. If they could not bring back the lost horsepower directly, they could make up for it by changing the gearing instead. They installed steeper gears in the rear axle, which allowed even a weaker engine to produce much stronger torque, giving the car back that same powerful pulling feeling it used to have. This trick worked so well that word spread quickly among mechanics and car enthusiasts. People started having their rear gears changed just to bring life back into their now sluggish muscle cars. This trick was never officially written down in any car manual. It came purely from the deep hands-on knowledge that mechanics and engineers had about how these cars truly worked. The government departments responsible for emissions laws were focused entirely on one thing: making sure cars released less pollution from the engine itself. Their attention was on the chemical process happening inside the engine, not on the gears sitting in the rear axle. This gear trick had absolutely no effect on emissions testing, because it only changed how power reached the wheels, not how much pollution the engine produced. That is exactly why this trick was never officially targeted or fully stopped by any law. Even today, when people want to improve the performance of an old or new car, changing the gear ratio remains one of the easiest and most effective methods available. Whether a car was built in 1970 or 2026, the basic laws of physics never change. Steeper gears still produce more torque today, and this still makes even a smaller engine feel much more powerful. This is exactly why muscle car and hot rod enthusiasts today still change their gear ratios, whether it is for drag racing or simply for better acceleration on the street. This old trick works just as well now as it did 50 years ago, and that is exactly what makes this story so remarkable. This story teaches us something valuable. Whenever a big problem shows up, there's almost always a smart and simple solution waiting to be discovered. You just need the right eyes to find it. GM's engineers and mechanics could not undo the new emissions laws, but they used their deep mechanical knowledge to find a way to bring their cars back to life while still staying within the rules. This story reminds us that true skill is not always about building something brand new. Sometimes it is about understanding what you already have and using it in a smarter way. GM's engineers did not change the engine itself. They simply understood gearing and used it wisely. And that is exactly what made their solution so brilliant. We hope you enjoyed this true story today. If you want us to bring you more amazing and true stories about classic American cars, let us know in the comments which story you would like us to cover next. See you in the next video and take care until then.